Hi, today I'd go through a bit more of this stuff I've got in this box of odds and ends, really, mainly stamps, but there's some other bits and pieces. So I'd start off with this one. I don't know if many of you know that if you're in England, you remember you used to get tea cards. So if you get boxes, a little packet of tea, usually loose tea in those days, you'd get a card inside, and this one was from Thai Food Tea Limited, Travel Through the Ages. So you'd collect all these, and sometimes you go to school and you'd swap them with other people. If anybody else remembers, please let me know. So this one is to do with travel through the ages. So you've got the Viking ships and all these different types of ways of going through. And so you'd get these and you'd try to get the whole set. So it encouraged you to drink more tea. You'd get these in things like cigarette packets, also had cards in. But tea, you used to get them quite a lot. I used to get a lot of the Brook Bond as well, with big ones in making these sort of things. So this is, I don't know what year this is. Must be the 70s maybe, from some of it. Yeah, the spaceship, well that's a bit dated, isn't it? So, North Pole in 1958, so it's after that date. I'm not sure the date, must be 60s I think. So made in Birmingham. And there's the packet of tea you would have got. What else have we got in here? I got some, well these are Winchester old photos. Not sure why I got this. I probably got this in a job lot with some other stuff, because Winchester's not a place I know much about. Looks like they're sort of Victorian or Edwardian photos of Winchester. So these will try to get rid of these, put them in a lot for auction or something like that. They're not of interest to me, but somebody from Winchester might think that this is quite interesting. What else have we got in here? We'll have a look. Now, on top of also, you get in the smoking side these. These are my dad used to smoke cigars. He used to smoke cigarettes early on, but his health wasn't very good, and the doctor said try to do pipe smoking or cigar smoking. It's better for you than cigarettes. In those days, cigarettes were the in thing. They weren't condemned. Nearly everybody smoked cigarettes. But these are from cigars. They were the little wrapper you got round your cigar. Don't know if anybody remembers these as well. And these look like they've got insects on them. And so I got quite a few of these. I'd tell my dad, come on, keep smoking. You haven't got enough yet. So I want to get my next one. So I used to, these are the little small cigars, little cigarettos or something like that. That was what they're called. But yeah, so these are another thing that people used to collect. Me in particular. And I used to get loads of these. You can see how much my dad smoked. Lots of, they're quite pretty little things really. I don't know if anybody else has them anymore, if it is still a thing. But you get the cards in the cigarette packets, and you'd get these on the wrapped around the cigar. Not sure if these are of interest nowadays to people or not, but I think I need to get them all sorted out. I think they've got numbers on them. We have loads of bugs. Look at the bugs there. If anybody knows anybody that collects these things, because I think I'll put them on eBay or something like that, because they're not of interest to me now, and the kids won't like them. But they're not something you'll get nowadays, because cigarettes and cigars and all that sort of stuff is really going out. But these are quite pretty, quite interesting. And these are some different ones. These look like they're different places in Holland, maybe? Are these different parts of Holland? They are a bit dirty. I'm not sure how they got into that state. It's a shame, really. I should look after my stuff a bit better. But I've got a few of those. Different ones. But being a collector, I collect anything, that's the trouble. I just go mad on collecting different things during my lifetime. This one is similar ones to the other ones, but these have got mushrooms on them. Again, quite a nice little series. And the thing is about collecting it is that hunt. It is like, well, they got bargain hunt. You're hunting for these things. It is very primitive instinct. But these are all over the place. There's some falling off, look. They need to be sorted out and then rearranged, I think, and then sold on to somebody who appreciates them. So I've got loads of these. And I've got some more bugs. Flies and bugs and all sorts of stuff. So that's another area of collecting that people used to do. What else have we got in here? We've got oh, look at this one. An old airmail. It must be Pahlavi, is that in Iran? And it looks like it's gone to Moscow, Paris, London, New York. 1927, December. Now, a lot of these I used to get in these Boston, Massachusetts. If you're still waiting for the letter, Mr. Charat, sounds a bit French, Marcel. So probably because it's French, that the name is completely different. They usually miss off half the letters when they say it. But yeah, that's an old envelope for December 1927, so nearly 100 years old. So what else have we got in here? We got some stamps. Let's have a look at some stamps. Norfolk Island. Now these are the ones that I'm not that interested in because they're mainly these made for selling on, and you'd get these in thousands and they're not, they weren't really for the postage. They were just printed to become collectors' things, but they were very cheap and nasty, I think. But this one's Norfolk Island, so it's a bit more interesting. I always found the ones that are made in the what was this one? Holographic one. That's nice. It's a USA one. And it is the Libertarian Philatelic, is it? Society. And it's got that's quite interesting, isn't it? They did put these on stamps for a little while, but as a novelty. Even in Britain, I think there was a couple that made these things. But again, they're worth having a look at. Let's have another look. What else have we got in here? Oh, we've got a card here. Oh, I think it's, are these stamps as well? Of all the, 13 cents. And I think they've got all the different bicentenary. It's 1978. Again, it's got a bit of a flash to it, that one. There's the Hawaiian one I was talking about in my other video with the British flag on it, even though it was never a British colony, or it was because just that they got a thing about Britain. But here they look quite nice. Again, I think some of these flags have changed, especially those ones with a bit like that one with the Confederate flag on. I think they have changed those a bit now to a less, but the light on them is quite interesting. It's a 1978 sort of block of stamps. It's quite interesting. But again, I got most of these from when I went to stamp collecting societies, let us say, because I can't say that word, Let's have a look at this one. Here we've got a nice one. It looks like it's the Kaiser and postcard. Any of you know German, you'll be able to read this. But it looks like it's a bridge somewhere. And it's the Kaiser and Karl, is it Franz Joseph of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. So this is before the First World War, because after that, well, he died, I think, in 1914 or just maybe a bit earlier. So it's before that. So it's an early postcard celebrating the Entente. So what's that then? Can I see what then? Is it 19 Dresden? I can't see a date as such. There's actually a date on here, but whether they do it in, is that 1905 or I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. It's Dresden. It's going to somebody. Wilhelmstrasse, maybe. That's an interesting part of history. Just before the First World War, when people didn't realise what awful things were going to happen in the next few years due to that friendship between them. So let's go in here, let's see what else we can find of any interest. Let's have a look at that one. These again, these are made by the 1000. This is the late Queen Elizabeth II. Tuvalu, yeah, Nui Tuvalu. 60th birthday, $4. So again, it's just one of those sort of cheapy, mass-produced stamps that I don't find of any interest. Some people do, but they used to come out by the thousands, those sort of things. Let's have a look elsewhere. What else have we got down here? Let's have a look at this then. Not sure what we're going to find in here really. Well, this one, got an American stamp on there. I don't know if it's a real stamp. It's one of those sort of ones, those postage paid type things, because it's on a Gerard Bank, Philadelphia, June the 8th, 1863. So I believe the Civil War was happening at that period. To pay to myself $100, and then the name, kind of interest, the old. And now these are sort of like checks. In England, these they're trying to phase them out. They were trying to, but people still wanted to have checks and checkbooks. So, but they're trying to go into changing it so everything is done digitally, and so they can keep an eye on what you're spending your money on. Now, this lot, if I can get them out, another area of. I might do these on another video, more of them, as we're getting up to 14 minutes already. But we've got here the old Matchbox covers. These were of interest. These look like the Indian ones. Again, I'm not sure if people collect Matchbox covers anymore, because Matchboxes are going out of fashion because people have lighters. They don't light, well, cigarettes are gone out, cigars are gone out. And then you'd use it for things like lighting your fire at home, but people haven't got open fires anymore. They've got gas or electric fires, so they don't use them for lighting fires. So again, these are things that are just going out of fashion, and these will become historical items. Again, I've got loads of these that need to be sorted out sometime. Winter is a good time to sort things out, but again, we've got some lovely Indian ones that still people collect. So this shows you a few areas of collecting that you might want to go down sometime. So look at this ones. These ones aren't. I think I got them on eBay or something a long time ago. Maybe I got them from somewhere else. I don't know. But yeah, and these are some big matches. Again, some are just falling off because they've been there for so long. They need to be made in Karikudi. I think that says something like that. So again, this is interesting that if one needs to look at these all, I'll do a video just on matchboxes. I think that might be an idea. So as we get up to 15 minutes, I'll stop now, but I'll come back to you shortly with some more, and I hope that is of interest to you. And if you know other areas of interest that you want to look at, I'll see if I've got anything, because I've got most things I collect. But yeah, I'll just end on this one. Please subscribe. I've got a couple, 3 more subscribers since last time, so that's great. That's all great. And I've got quite a few views now, so again, that's good. But please subscribe, hit the old thumbs up, even if you don't like it, just do it out of fun. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.